Okay, this is Christel here, and I promised you a sneak peek into 2022, and that's what I'm going to give you. In the meanwhile, do remember that the contest is still open, so you can still win a free tarot reading. The announcement of the winner will be done beginning of January, I think around the 10th, but I'm not really sure. But the contest closes on December the 31st. You can enter in the contest, and by doing so you have to do you just have to put, I am so confused now, you just have to put the words Angel 2022 in the comments, and you can do that here on YouTube, you can do that on Twitter, on Instagram, on my Facebook, on my TikTok, wherever you want, you can do that, and then I will enter your name into the contest, and then I will announce it around January 10th. And the last day to enter is December the 31st, but you can put it in any video, yeah? So the more you enter, the more chance you have of winning. So keep that in mind, and that's always easy when you subscribe and hit the alarm bell, because you know when videos come out, and you will also know about that announcement when it's going to come out, and whether you are the winner, yes or no. Now, let's dive into the sneak peek. I'm not doing this in a certain order or in the order of the zodiac signs. I'm doing this randomly, and I just pulled I just pulled a sign randomly from a little box, and I'm doing the readings in the order as I have drawn them. So it's a surprise when your sign is going to come up, so just keep an eye out and subscribe, maybe then you know. Hello Virgo, I'm here with your sneak peek into 2022. I'm going to do this by subjects. I'm going to address a few subjects here, like career, family and friends, inner circle, money and finances, love for singles, relationships, and I'll be ending with 4 oracle cards for you, messages for you. Anyway, I'll be using different decks. It's all laid out. I want to apologize firstly also for not being here constantly and not posting a lot in the last month, but things were so hectic and really everything went up in the air, and I had to just adapt, and adapting meant not posting, not doing any readings, or not doing, too many readings for the YouTube channel. So here I am with this one. There's 2 more after your sign, Virgo. There is still Capricorn, but that will be the last one. And let me check. Libra. I needed to check. I made notes. Because yes, if I don't make notes, that also goes haywire. So let me just put this all well. Let's start with, first, before I start, let me ask you to, share, comment, react, ask me in the comments if you want to have me do a reading on a special subject, because next year I'm not going to do monthly readings and so on. I'm going to do more subject focused readings. So that's my idea. Maybe I'll do a monthly reading here and there, yes, or a quick short view of the month, yes, but nothing major for the monthly readings. I want to focus more on subject. So if you want a subject to be read on, please say so in the comments, and then I will do that. Also, if I reach 500 subscribers, so subscribe, like, share, whatever you want to do, click that alarm bell. If I reach 500 subscribers, when I reach that, then I will go live on YouTube. We'll come together. I'll do some readings. I'll answer some questions. We can communicate. We have a conversation. Should be fun. Well, I hope so. I hope you like that. And yes, that's what I'm going to do. So if you want daily guidance, I still do my daily cards, but not on YouTube. Maybe I start that again. I don't know. I'm a little bit in 2 ways about those YouTube shorts, because it's a lot of work, but there's no views. And then, why am I doing it? So I prefer to do those daily guidances on my Facebook page, on my Twitter account, on my Instagram account, and on TikTok, because TikTok is really fantastic for that, because you can make it more fun. And yeah, so enough said. Now let's get your word for the year. Virgo. So I'm pulling these randomly and all the cards have been shuffled. Okay. They have been shuffled, they have been cut and put together again. So, but I sometimes take cards and shuffle them because it's second nature. It's about commitment this year. My commitments increase my joy and freedom. So something you're going to be committed to. This can be a person, but this can be also professionally. It can be a place, a location. But I feel it can also be a commitment to yourself by loving yourself. Look at the heart. I feel it's not only a commitment to other people or to others or to situations, events, but a commitment to yourself. Now, this is a word, I'm going to read it anyway afterwards. This is a word that I'm going to leave that card out. I'm going to connect it. Sometimes it will automatically connect to the readings again, because this is a word that is your word for the year, and your word for the year is about this, and you can use that whenever you feel like things are up in the air or things are difficult or things are going well. You don't have to be always when it's difficult. Just remember that word. That's a word to help you ground, to help you, settle when things are a little bit hard. So I'm just going to read it quickly. This is the time to make the commitment, to stand tall. Don't hesitate and give your word. Keep your promise, and your word becomes law in your universe. Making a commitment is taking a stand. It's a declaration to yourself and the universe that you're unwilling to settle for less than excellence. It means that you keep your word, especially to yourself. Fear of doing this because you might fail sends a message to your subconscious mind that you are a failure. Of course, there's always the possibility that you might and not succeed, but to hesitate because of that fear instead of forging forward keeps joy and freedom at bay. So decide now. Any decision is better than none at all. The most important promises that you make are to yourself. Forgive yourself when you don't honor your word, and then without shame recommit yourself with passion and gusto. So it's really about committing to yourself and being true to yourself. And if you decide to do something, if you make a very conscious choice to go after a certain thing, situation, event, person, then keep at it and forgive yourself when things don't turn out like you want them to turn out and start over. So let's move on. 3 cards, a general outlook for 2022. So usually when I shuffle the cards for the next part, I will fast forward so I don't bore you to death with my shuffling. But now I'm going to just do this because I was talking. Yeah, I'm babbling way too much, isn't it? Okay. 2 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and 4 of Cups. So the 2 of Wands, I'm going to start with that. I feel there is a lot of planning in the pipeline, a lot of planning you're doing. Planning for your life, for your business, for your well-being, for your relationships. There's a lot of ideas you have. There's also, it feels like you're starting the year with renewed fire. Maybe you have been tired, maybe you have been... and I feel it's like, yeah, you were like a little bit tired, 4 of Cups, and maybe even bored because of maybe, hey, you were in lockdown or something like that, and there was nothing you could do about it, and things got a little bit stale, and you were not seeing, any results of things you were doing. There was nothing happening. There was nothing good. It didn't feel good. But now I feel this card is a little bit referring to your feeling state in 2021. And it's here to remind you of the fact that now you have this renewed passion, like vigor to start something new, to start again, to say, okay, let's tackle this year 2022 with a lot of passion, a lot of energy. And that is going to bring in a lot of new stuff. Page of Pentacles, it's like a fresh start. I feel 2022 for you, you are committed. You're making a promise to yourself to make this year better. And that you're going to be wiser in certain circumstances with certain people. You're going to be, you promised yourself, I'm going to also believe in myself. And I'm going to believe that I am worthy of good people in my life, of good situations and good possibilities in my life. Now, it feels like a fresh start. And this year is going to be a little bit more, relaxed. It's going to be a little bit more, it's probably going to be a little bit more like, okay, I can do this. Let's get this done with the commitment and these two cards. But I feel, this is good that you have that energy, because this could really bring everything down. This is the meh energy, like blah, everything is blah. That is not going to be the case in 2022. I'm going to leave it like that. But that feeling of meh and everything went like a little bit, oh my God, what's happening? This is so boring. This is so annoying. That comes from 2021. There, the card is like that, yeah. So, but this is going to disappear because of these two cards. So these are is your general outlook for 2022. Let's move on to your career. So Virgo, career, the moon, 6 of Wands, Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, another 6, but this time the 6 of Swords, and another Major Arcana card, Judgment. So in your career, it feels like the year as well feels a little bit, it begins a little bit muddled energy. You really don't know what's going to happen or where you're going to take your business or how you're going to do that if you have your own business. Now, if you're in a job, it also feels like you don't know what's happening with your job. Do I want to stay in this job? Do I want to move on to something else? Or, is my job going to be viable to stay in, because maybe, because of these lockdowns, and maybe you're working for a company that has been really suffering because of Corona, and that is maybe, going to end or needs to release people. So there's things up in the air. Now, if you're in a business, you may have plans, because there's a lot of, fire of you starting, but you don't see really how you're going to bring those plans into the real world. That is the beginning of the year, so there will be a little bit of confusion. But, of course, this says trust. Trust your intuition on this one. And trust also the timing, the right timings, because I feel at a certain point, you have all good cards here for the career, so I wouldn't worry about this, even if if you're on the verge of maybe being fired, or you think, what, I don't really like what I'm doing anymore. I want to change jobs, or I want to maybe to start my own business, but everything is like up in the air, muddled. There is no clear plan. Not yet, but it will come. Because of the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is having a clear plan, is having a clear direction. And again, this is fortified by this Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands is, here you have the plan and you start moving. But the Queen of Wands tells me that whatever the plan is, it can become reality, because she has manifesting power. She has the power to go and to really bring about whatever is the plan here. But here, the ideas get form. So here where nothing is really for sure and nothing is certain and everything is a bit dark and clouded and muddled over and you don't know what. Here, it starts to become really clear how I'm going to move forward. This is a victory over yourself as well, but it has a victory feel, so it has really clear steps. I see this as clear steps. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, And with this queen at the side of the card, this is the queen that really can say, yes, whatever my plans are, whatever my steps are, I'm going to take them and I'm going to bring them into the world. So there is change. Not only is that change here from unclear to very clear and actionable action steps, and then things change for the better. So really, if you don't know that you have to stay in the job or you leave the job, it will sort itself out. Things will change. So maybe even if you get the sack and you just are fired, there is a better job waiting for you. If you want to leave the company and you don't know just yet, here you will know what to do, and that will be a change for the better. You will go to a better job. Maybe in your business you don't really know how to bring your action plans or your ideas into the world. You will get a clear action plan, and that will set in motion this change for the better, really change for the better. So there's a lot of things. Now it can be that you go from the professional world or for working for someone else to working for yourself, and that you also have clear action plan. In the beginning of the year, no, but a little bit later on, it starts to come together, also change for the better. But there's a lot of another 6 here, 6 of Swords. There is a lot of being in a liminal space, being in transition here, because you're transiting maybe from, being working for someone else to working for yourself and becoming your own boss, or from working a certain job to working for somebody else, to change jobs, from being in business and things have been hard and difficult and you don't know which things you need to do because of the things being hard and difficult. It's going to go from, not knowing to knowing because of this change, but it will feel a little bit like there's a lot of things moving and shifting around this year. And that means that you will also have to do trial and error, but it will feel like you are going to be reborn at the end of the year. Things will work out well. And the things that transitional feeling from the 6 of Swords will go away. But I feel this Judgment card here is really an energy that mostly comes in the second half of the year. And if I am correct, but timing, I don't really like to do timing with the tarot, that would be the last 3 months of the year. I really would say, okay, there is like this rebirth going on, and you're going to feel like this transitional place is going away and everything starts to really become much more solid. There's a lot of trial and error in these cards as well. I'm going to pull a few more cards here from this deck. So you have to be willing to try. You have to be willing to have action steps, and then if they don't work, to throw them out of the window again and start over. But with this Queen of Wands, you can do that because this is a queen that just holds on and goes on, and she puts her foot down and she just goes for it. Now the Wheel of Fortune is a good omen. So know that those decisions and changes you're willing to make or about to make, they are going to change your life for the better, your business for the better, your professional life for the better, but it will take some time because it will feel like transition and things are up in the air a bit. Doesn't matter that they're up in the air because the year ending is good. So let's see what else you need to know here. Page of Swords. Yeah, this is the breakthrough moment when, when this moon, this is the Page of Swords that disperses the moon, that takes away the moon, that takes away, the uncertainty, the chaotic thinking, the sort of blurred thinking. It's taking that away, and it's making this energy of, okay, I have now clear action steps and a clear plan to make and to do and to execute. That is that Page of Swords that cuts through all the blurredness and the confusion. King of Pentacles. That's a good card to have because the King of Pentacles has the Midas touch, and everything he touches turns to gold. Now, I think that when you start here this process, you will start to make a good garden for yourself. You start to create a new foundation for yourself. You start to create good stuff. So you have a king and a queen. These two are complementing each other. But it's your energy, you know, it's really starting to come together. But you need to give it time. So really try things and try again. There will be, and there may be some, you know, distress and fear thinking, yes. But I don't think this is a strong card because of all the good cards here. But I feel this stress and fear sometimes comes up when you are seeing, okay, you know, I'm trying things out. I'm in this transition period. Some of my action steps here that I have here and that I thought would work, are not working. That is possible. That can bring you a little bit stress and worry, yes, but that is just part of this game called career. I'm just going to pull another one. I don't know why, but I wanted to pull another one. It's probably because of that Nine of Swords there, because it's such an out of touch card with the rest of the cards. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So the transition, you know, that liminal space, that feeling in between really solid places, you know, because you are doing something new and you are envisioning something new. Of course, then you are, you know, there is nothing really solid yet, but it's going to come. So that fear is normal, but the fear comes from the, you know, that place of transition and, you know, everything being a little bit up in the air and you starting with fresh energy. Remember, in your general outlook, you had that Two of Wands and that Page of Pentacles, that there was some like a new start. So it feels like there's a new start in your professional life as well. Now, maybe it doesn't mean that you have to start from zero, but there will be, some new things coming in and some new things you need to try for yourself. And I think you need that as well to get your passion renewed as well. So let's move on to your inner circle. So I'm going to read on your family and friends, those nearest and dearest to you. What do you have to know about that? Also for that, you know, that career reading, remember that commitment, you are committed to make that work. And you need to trust yourself as well. That will work out. Three of Wands, the Hierophant, Strength, wow. Eight of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So you have three major arcana cards here. I'll be putting them in the camera, don't worry. So the Three of Wands, where do I start here? Let me have a look. I'm going to start with the two bottom ones because there is an Eight of Cups and there is a Wheel of Fortune. So that means a little bit of change. So change in your circle. I feel there is something that someone in that circle that... that maybe doesn't belong to that circle. That may be somebody that you trusted but was not trusted or was not to be trusted, and you need to change that. You need to put them, you know, out, turn your back on them. But that's a harsh thing to do, but I wouldn't trust them. So there's somebody in your inner circle that maybe, I don't think it could be a family member, but I don't think so. But there is something that needs to change there. It's really, because the rest of the cards are really very good. You know, you are being seen in your circle, like you're sort of in your inner circle, whether that's for your friends or family, you are sort of the one that takes care of things, that people look at when things need to be resolved, like a mentor, like a teacher. Yes, the Hierophant has that quality, but for me here, it's like you are the one in your circle who people look at when things need to be resolved, when things need to be taken care of. And this really makes sense now. So this, I think it's not about not trusting people in your circle. Forget about what I said there, because it doesn't make sense. And when I was reading those cards like that, it didn't feel right. And now I know why, because you don't need to always be that magician. That Hierophant, sorry. You don't always need to be the one who has all the answers or who can sort everything out. I think it's time you let other people sort their stuff out. I think it's time to change that, to change this position here. Of course, people may look at you and you will still support them and still help find solutions, but you cannot be the only one doing so. Somebody else need to pull their weight as well. And I feel that is that Eight of Cups, you saying, okay, you know what? This time you need to sort this thing out yourself. It's not like you're going to abandon those people. You're not going to leave them behind, no, but you're going to let them stand on their own legs a little bit, and they need to do that. And I think you also need to persevere in that stance, that you cannot be the one who's always solving things, because you have that ability, because Virgo, you are practical and Virgos are very pragmatic. But when you're taken advantage of, and when people always look at you to be the one to solve their stuff, then it's going to get really hard. And so sometimes really I would persevere in this, say to them, you know what, try to sort it yourself now. If you need my help, I am here, but I cannot solve everything for you, because that's not my task for your friend, especially for your friends or family. You cannot always be the one carrying all that weight. That needs to change. Now, that can sometimes you think, oh my God, I really need to solve this. Then do it. Please do so if you really think that, but also think in your head, how much of this do I really need to solve? And, temper that urge, that animal urge to just jump in and solve everything already. Because there are things that really you can help them solve, but there are things that really maybe you need to stay away from a little bit. And that's also a commitment you need to make to yourself. You are not responsible for everybody and to solve everything for everybody. That is something that probably needs to change. And I think with this Three of Wands here, yeah, this is a weird card, because the Three of Wands usually is a bit of a success card. But look at this card. I think this is you with the magic here, solving these things, together with the Hierophant. You have been doing that. You have been magically solving things for people and resolving things for people and clearing away obstacles for other people. But now it's time to clear away obstacles for you, and not only for other people, because that can bring a lot of energy or take a lot of energy away from you, Virgo. So it's time. I'm not saying you're turning your back on these people, not at all. I'm just saying maybe it's time to bring in a little bit of more responsibility to these other people, and commit to yourself that you cannot be responsible for everything in your inner circle. Now, you have been doing that. That for me is the past card. Until now, you have been doing that. And of course, because you can do it, because you are good at doing that, but it needs to change. It needs to change. You cannot be responsible for everything and everybody in your inner circle. There are adults in your inner circle. I'm not saying your kids need, that's another matter, but the adults in your inner circle, they are adults. They need to take responsibility. They need to learn to take responsibility and not always look at you to solve everything for them. That's how I read this. So, yeah. And I did make a mistake, and I'll tell you so in a minute what I did wrong. So usually after the career, I do a quick money and finances, but I didn't do that now, so I'm going to do it now. Usually I do that immediately after the career, but okay, that's a good one. Empress, Hierophant again. Three of Pentacles, my God. These are very good, for money cards. These are really good cards, because for me, of course, you have the Empress, abundance, prosperity, money coming your way, more money coming your way. There is also like people maybe even investing or helping you or supporting or participating. This can also be, more clients if you have your own business, but it feels like through collaboration, through investments, you're going to make more money. Now, again, you are the Hierophant is here as well. So there is this you investing and using your money in a wise way. because there is a goal you want to reach and you are using your money in that respect. But there is abundance, there is money available. There's even, if you need investments for example, your own business, there will be people, could be people, I'm going to say it like that because it's a general reading, there could be people interested in investing and supporting you in a financial way. So these cards, there's no worries here on the financial part. Even if you may think you have, don't worry, here the Empress is sort of really very prosperous and abundant, so there will be always money coming in from sources, maybe even from sources you didn't expect. This Hierophant can also be an investor that helps you, you know, that provides money for you for an idea you have. So those are good cards. Let's move on now to the next part. Okay, so this is the spread for singles, the Virgo singles amongst you, and yeah, love in your life. So we start with the Seven of Wands. That card has been coming out so many times. Six of, again, transition here. Six of Swords. I'll be pulling some more cards from another deck to clarify. But I love that you end with the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Because it feels like with the Seven of Wands, I feel there is like, there has been a lot of resistance of you to maybe date. I feel like you're in a transition period on the dating scene or in your love life as well. And maybe this is coming from the past, from disillusionments in the past. It could be also that, but there is something like you're keeping away people. But I think there is, so the beginning of the year for sure, there is not much happening, probably. Again, this is a general reading, so if this doesn't resonate, leave it here. If it resonates, take it with you, but leave here where it doesn't. If you don't resonate at all, go and have a look at your rising sign or your moon sign video, because that might help you see more what is happening. So yeah, there is this transitional period here. Well, you're in transition anyway, and in that transition, you're not letting people in really. But there will be people coming in here with the Six of Pentacles. I feel that there are people going to come in, and there will be some give and take here. I mean, I feel with this Queen of Wands, people are attracted to you anyway, even though you can be defensive. But I feel that more towards the end of the year, you're going to embrace more and more this Queen of Wands energy, charismatic, being able to, attracting people. Again, this is also attracting people in your life, and you're letting them in here. With this Six, you're letting them in. Here with this Six, not so much, because I feel that intuitively you know that in the beginning of the year you need to keep people at bay because they're not the right people. And I feel that this card is very important because it's also a commitment. I link it back to this card as well. You promised yourself that you're going to be wiser in the future and that you're going to listen to your gut instinct more when it comes to, dating and relationships and possible people that want, to date you or that you want to date. You're going to have your intuition and your ears and eyes wide open, and you're not going to do any foolish things because you really have learned a lot, and it is time. I need to do something as well. Again, my battery is nearly empty, so I hope it will last until the end of the reading. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, at the end of the year, if you continue to use your intuition and commit to yourself that you have your highest purpose at heart for yourself, then the people will start to come in. And this, I feel this is not really like somebody particular, but you're going back on the dating scene and you will have a lot of people attracted to you. Let me just have a few cards here. It's annoying if that does happen with my battery, because then I think I need to hurry up. So Page of Pentacles, a Hierophant again, and the Five of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, this is you keeping people at bay again. And sometimes you're even conflicted about these people that are coming in and you're dating. But you have that Hierophant, not the High Priestess here. So the High Priestess for me that makes me not worried about you, because you are now connected to your energy and you're not going to let people in. Now there will be a specific person who is going to come in, yeah, who could be there amongst these people that you date. There could be a person that's standing out, but this is going to be really end of the year, and this is going to be like a very new energy. And I feel that you're going to give this person a chance, and that could lead to a more solid relationship, yes. But this is sort of second half of the year or later on in the year, like May, June, that you start really dating again. In the beginning of the year, I don't feel you're very interesting in the dating scene because of these three cards. But when you date and when you start back dating, always trust your instincts. That's very important, because this person at the end of the year who comes in, this person has a chance to become something more solid. So keep your eyes and ears open. Trust your instincts. Let's move on to those already in a solid relationship. Going to keep this here. And then we'll end with the four oracle cards. And I hope my battery lasts until then. So Ace of Wands, if you're in a solid relationship already. Ace of Wands, Two of Swords, Seven of Wands, King of Swords, and the Emperor. Okay. I like these cards because for me, although this is a bit strange because these are a bit too cold cards, sometimes, when you're in a solid, committed relationship, it feels like, okay, you're there, you're solid, yes. For some cases, it can be like there is a little bit of coldness. Look, they're looking the other direction. You're not really, there is not much passion here. Two cold figures. Yes, could be. That can be the case in some relationships, but then I see this Ace of Wands here. So I feel that if this is the case, then you're going to commit to rekindle the fire in your relationship. So if you feel that there has been a little bit of distance here in a solid relationship, in a committed relationship, then it's maybe time now to do some new things to rekindle the fire and to really, work at a relationship. Because here, these are like also two solitary cards. They're all solitary cards, yes. But like sometimes you doubt, am I really going to stay in this relationship or not? This is not for all committed relationships. But sometimes you feel like something is missing, and yes, that is that fire missing, and it's time to bring that fire back. I'm not seeing here that there is going to be a split up in that relationship, and I think you're going to consciously decide to reignite the fire and to do some things that are fun and to go some places, because really you have been a little bit isolated in a bubble and maybe warding off a little bit, interaction with maybe other people, but also, in the relationship, like, okay, you were by yourself. Maybe you were by yourself because you have been working on ideas. Remember that liminal state, that's in between, that transition feeling. And maybe you have been focused a lot on yourself and not so much on your relationship. So now this is be a reminder for you to start focusing a little bit more on your relationship again and rekindle the fire so that this happens, that you're looking at each other again, yeah? If they're like that, then they're looking at each other, but now they're like that. So I would really urge you to do some fun stuff together. Now again, this is a general reading, so not all Virgos will resonate with this. But it feels like here it's a bit transactional, and there is a bit like business-like relationship. And yes, maybe you have been dealing with loads of stuff, and that often then happens that the fire is a little bit on a low level. So yes, it's time to. Okay, I love that. It's time to rekindle the fire, because that will make it will bring the joy and the happiness and the fun back in the relationship. So really do that if you haven't been doing that. Yeah, there's a transformation going on. So I'm not seeing you breaking up. No. You're going to really work hard, and you're going to do that, because it's time to end whatever has been happening was difficult, and has sort of put the relationship a little bit on a low fire. But now you're going to bring the fire back, so that is good. This Ten of Swords is not disappointment, not disillusionment. I'm really focused on this new horizon, this new rising dawn. It tells me that you're going to work on that relationship to make it better again, to bring the fire back, and that is important. I think you're going to do that, and you also are committed to doing that. Anyway, let's end with the oracles. Okay, Virgo, so your oracle mix. Unexpected visitors. That's the Enchanted Map Oracle, and that's number 41. Let's read. And there's, again, a lot of noise in my house. I don't know. It's really annoying to read here when there's people in the house. If you expect the unexpected, you'll be prepared for miracles. So I feel this year, maybe you're not starting it out, because remember that Four of Swords, on the Four of Cups, the meh feeling, because things were a little bit difficult. That's going to go away. There will be a lot of serendipity, a lot of coincidences, a lot of things happening that are going to be unexpected. Jesus Christ, I mean. And yeah, and that is good. So it's going to be an excited year, it seems. Now, all that glitters. It's number 16, and the face of spirit is here. Just let me see. This is the wisdom of the oracle. It's number 16. A need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkling new thing. It doesn't feel like this, but I'm going to read the protection message. No, I'm going to read the prosperity message. That's it. Sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American gold rush, everything hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too, you can deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. So it is about not going after things because you feel like society tells you. You're committing to yourself. So go after the things that really are important to you, and not shiny objects here, shiny objects there. I also feel that this is, a reminder that you need to work on your relationship as well. Now see what the animal spirit is. You have the wolf spirit at your side, and the wolf spirit says, turn knowledge into wisdom. Turn knowledge into wisdom. So whatever you know already, you're going to integrate in yourself, integrate into your soul. Knowledge that is processed and that then becomes part of you is wisdom. So the wolf spirit is with you. So everything that you commit to, everything that you're trying out, every challenge that you have is going to bring knowledge. And every challenge you have had in this past year, is also knowledge that you can turn into wisdom by incorporating it deeper into yourself and using that. Now then you have the new moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. And I feel this is also love for yourself. But also for those, remember that relationship reading, bring more fire into. I'm going to read this anyway. New moon in Aquarius is number 62. Okay, 62. Aquarius is all about progress and modernity. So this is a time to move forwards. The new moon in Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way and it could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. The card comes with a suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own. Remember when with the family and friends, when you were the one solving it? I think it's time you focus a little bit more on yourself and commit to yourself and not solve all problems of other people. But be loving, not too pragmatic. So yes, it's about bringing love into the world and also doing things for yourself, and be committed to yourself. Be committed to what your soul wants, because you know that. You know that. Remember, you had a high priestess, you had a few hierophants there, you have the wolf spirit. So there's a lot of wisdom in you that you can use from past experiences. So do so, Virgo. Anyway, this is your reading for a sneak peek into 2022. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, like, share, comment, ask me what you want, or tell me, not ask me, tell me what you want to read about, what you want me to read about. Oh, I'm stumbling over my words again. But anyway, subscribe, like, share, check out my daily cards on my other social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I hope to see you soon in the new year. Hope 2022 is going to be beautiful, is going to be refreshing, is going to be renewed energy, renewed passion, lots of good steps and good things in your life. So I wish you all the best for the year and speak soon. Thank you for being here, Virgo. Bye.